Okay, now let's add the animation. For that, first we will add animator component to the player, and I'm going to go to player folder and create animator controller. I'm going to call player animator controller. Okay, so I'm going to create one parameter which is going to control how fast the user is moving, or the player is moving, or the player is moving at all. So I'm going to create a float variable. I'm going to call it speed. And then I'm going to create a new blend tree. I'm going to rename it to player movement and double click on that. And then I'm going to add motions. So I want to add four motions. One is idle, second one is walk, walk fast, and then run. So let's add four. Okay, you can see that in the properties here, and then assign um, animation clips. So the first one is idle, so I'm going to select rig idle. The second one is rig walk. The third one is also rig walk, but I want to move it at, let's say, twice the speed of walk. Or twice, it's going to move twice. The animation is going to run twice the walk cycle movement. And for run, it's again going to be rig walk. You can create a different animation for a run, but I'm just going to reuse the walk cycle here and then uh, change it to, let's say, 3 times. Let's make it 1.5. Okay, so we have our animation setup here. I think all of these animations are not looping, so I'm going to go to, I'm going to save this, close this, by the way, and I'm going to, in the player control prefab or FBX that you imported, you will see um, rig idle. Click on edit, and though it doesn't make sense to loop it, I'm just still going to select the loop time. But for walk, we certainly need to loop it. So I'm going to apply this. Uh, yeah, both are now going to loop. I'm going to go to player properties and going to assign this player animation controller to the animator component. Okay, now let's change the script to use this. So we need to get reference to the animator component. So animator, and we will get the reference in start method. If you observe the blend tree here, properties. So for zero value of speed, it's going to run the idle cycle. Then up to 0.33 value, it's going to run if the speed is if we consider the range of the speed from 1 to 0 to 1, then up to 0.33 it is going to more than 0, and up to 0.33 it is going to run walk cycle at speed 1. Then from 0.33 to 0.66 we're going to run walk cycle at 1.5 speed, or rather animation. And then from 0.66 to 1 it is going to run walk animation at 3 times the speed. So we need to set, by setting the speed value, we will be able to change the animation. So that is what we will do. So we have got the input from the our input system. Get the using the animator reference. We are going to set float value. Um, the name of the variable is speed, and the value we are going to set it is because if you recall the input vector y value, which is for the forward motion, uh, ranges from 0 to 1. So we will use the same value here. Uh, input vector dot y, and we will give some transition time for changing the animation. And last one is time dot delta time to make it independent of the frame rate. Okay, I'm going to drag animator to the bottom and let's run. So you can see the animation is also working. So if I move the joystick a little up, then it's moving forward, a walk cycle. This is walk fast, and this is run.